Good afternoon. How are you today? This is Rooftop Trombone, in case you can't see the fabulous graphics. In the age of COVID-19, I should say. Rooftop Trombone in the age of COVID-19. Season number 5, day number 69. One more and it's 70, and a few more after that and it's 100, right? Yikes, it's bright out here. The sun is very bright today. Pardon me if I put the glasses on so I can see better, so I can read music better. Anyway, good afternoon. My name is Bowyer. I am the Dean of the School of Arts at Sunway University right over there in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. You should come here and visit after all this travel nonsense is over. You should come here and visit us. I just realized I don't have the microphone play. It's all right. There's a microphone on there. Anyway, you should come visit us here in Malaysia. We have just a terrific thing going on. As soon as when the world is good again. In the meantime, I'm going to keep playing as I do every afternoon at 5 o'clock right here on my balcony or rooftop at 5 o'clock Malaysian time. And I thank you for joining me. As usual, I'm going to do 3 tunes today, and I hope you like them. These 3 are all originals of mine, compositions of mine in a jazz style. I do, as you know, if you've been watching, I've also performed some classical compositions of my own. But these are 3 jazz ones, and from different periods. In fact, I don't know if I have the dates on all of them. Maybe I do. I do have the dates on all of them. This first one is from 2004, so about 16 years ago. Back in those days, and for about 10 years, I was at a university in Alabama, University of Alabama in Huntsville, where I led the jazz ensemble, and for 10 years in a row, we had a Valentine Song Fest, we called it. A Valentine fundraiser, basically, for the student jazz ensemble. Every Valentine's Day, we would do a special concert of songs that the audience members commissioned for their sweethearts for the band to perform in. We set all this up in November, December, January, did the rehearsing in January and the first half of February, and then we did a special concert the week of Valentine's Day, dedicated to all the loved ones. And this one was one of those pieces. It was commissioned by a very good friend of mine named Cecile, and she asked me to write a piece for her husband, who was retired or about to retire, I think, at that point, 2004. I'm not sure he probably hadn't retired yet. But in any case, he had spent his career decommissioning biological and chemical weapons. He worked for the military. At one time, he had been in the military, but then I think he spent a number of years as a contractor going to places where biological weapons and chemical weapons were, and he decommissioned them, made them safe. And in that industry, apparently they refer to that as bugs and gas, biological and chemical bugs and gas. And so the title of this piece is Bugs and Gas. I hope you like it. It was for big band. I'm playing all the parts now. These saxophone parts are the hardest. You'll see. And that is Bugs and Gas. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. That is Bugs and Gas dedicated to Don from Sill 16 years ago, but they're still, you know, they're still just kids. This next piece is an original from 2009, 5 years after that. And this one I originally wrote for, I need to say one more thing about Bugs and Gas. I wrote that for a big band, for a jazz big band, you know, 4 trumpets, 5 saxophones, 4 trombones, and all that. And I did it at a time when I was a band leader who played solos, but I didn't really play in the band very often. And every time, with any band I've had since then, I've always passed that tune out, and all the horn players complain, they moan, they whine about how hard it is. And I said, it's not hard, it's just blues scales. It's just a couple of blues scales in there. You just have to learn all your blues scales. Well, this week, I decided to play it myself, and I want to apologize to all those horn players that I was mean to over the years, because it is kind of hard, and most of them played it way better than I did. But anyway, thank you to everybody whoever stubbed your toe on that one. This next one, as I said, is something I originally wrote for 3 horns and a rhythm section for a sextet that we had, faculty jazz group at that same school, University of Alabama in Huntsville. And we were doing a concert with 6 of us, and so I wrote a couple of new pieces, and we also did, of course, some old ones. And at that time, I had just recently, my wife and I haven't mentioned her yet today, have I? My wife and I at that time had just recently adopted 2 kittens, and they were crazy. These were crazy cats. And I decided I wanted to write a Latin tune, so I came up with a Latin title dedicated to these 2 kittens, and it's called Dos Gatos Diablos. And if you don't know what that means, I'll say it again slowly. Dos Gatos Diablos. Gatos Diablos, the two devil cats. You probably already looked that up if you don't speak Spanish, and maybe you figured it out anyway. One other thing I forgot to say about that first tune, I have been out here for almost it'll be 10 weeks tomorrow night. Tomorrow's an anniversary, by the way. I hope you got me something. 10 weeks tomorrow night, and for almost 10 weeks I've been trying to get the drummer to take a solo, and finally, through a lot of work, I finally got the drummer to take a little bit of solo space on that first tune, and I just wanted to call attention to that. Anyway, I have one more piece to do tonight, and it's another original of mine. This one from 2016, so it's much newer, from only 4 years ago. And this is also a Latin tune, a fast Latin salsa type tune. And the title means absolutely nothing, except it's a string of words that sounded funny to me, and sometimes I come up with titles and then write songs to go with them. And this title sounded funny to me. It's called Fancy Pants Dance. Say that together. Fancy Pants Dance. Isn't that fun? Fancy Pants Dance. Here it is. Fancy Pants Dance. Thank you. Fancy Pants Dance, and you'll notice once I get the drummer to play a solo on one tune, he wants to solo on everything. A lot of solos, which is great. He's a great drummer. He really is great. I wish I get him to come out here and take a bow for you, but thank you so much for being here today, and I hope you come back again tomorrow. What is today, by the way? Day 69. It must be Monday. It's Monday evening, the 25th of May, and where I am. It might be Monday morning or Monday midday where you are, depending. But tomorrow is day number 70. The 10th week closes tomorrow. And several people have asked me if that's the close of a season. Actually, this phase of the MCO, conditional MCO now, of our CMCO, this is phase 5, and it's a 28-day phase, unlike all the others. So tomorrow night we'll be halfway through phase 5. Hoping there's no phase 6. Hoping that maybe sometime near the end of phase 5 or shortly after, somebody calls me and says, Don, your wife is going to be able to come home now. That would be really great. In any case, I wasn't going to whine about that today. I did. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to hang up now. Hope you join me tomorrow. Hope I can get the button to press.